Hello and welcome to lesson 24 of the A2 level with me, Natalie Goman, with Perfectly Spoken. Okay, so today's class is related to superlatives. Okay, so what are we going to do in today's lesson? Let's have a look. Okay, so we're going to do a review of the comparative form. Now, in lesson 22, we looked at the comparison form. If you don't remember, don't worry. You can watch this lesson or you can watch lesson 22 again. We are going to do a quick review of some adjectives. Adjectives are very, very, very important feature of speech. We are going to look at the superlative form. We are going to look at a superlative comprehension activity, okay? And we are going to do a focus on form. Maybe it would be a good idea for the focus on form, it might be a good idea to have your notebook ready so that you can note down any important information. Okay, and then we are going to look at finally a general knowledge quiz. Okay, so we're going to use the grammar of today to do a quiz. Okay. So that would be listening, reading, and grammar all mixed together. Okay, shall we begin then? Right, first of all, a review of the comparative. Have a look at this picture here on the screen. There we are. We've got a yellow ball or a yellow circle and a blue ball or a blue circle. And the yellow one is big, and the blue one is bigger, okay? So we don't say more big, we say bigger, okay? Remember the rules because it's a short adjective. So we've got big, bigger, small, smaller, tall, taller, old, older, etc. Okay, so now we're going to look at another picture. See if you can make a sentence in your head. Okay. Start the sentence with the blue star. Okay, so how about the blue star is bigger than the red star? Now think of a sentence starting the red star. Yes, the red star is smaller than the blue star. Okay, all right, so now we're going to look at some adjectives. If you want to make a comparison or talk about something, it's a good idea to have lots and lots of adjectives. So here are some adjectives. I'm going to put them on the screen and I'm going to describe an adjective, okay? And you have to decide which adjective I am talking about, okay? All right, so here we go. I'm just going to disappear for a second. So please just listen, okay? Right, so the first one. This adjective is the opposite of young. Okay, yes, so we've got old. Okay, so did you see that? That was old. All right. Now the next adjective. This adjective is usually used to talk about people or films or situations. And in these situations, you usually laugh. Okay, so which one is it? Yes, it's funny. Okay, now in this situation is related to usually price. Okay, so for example, if you you have, for example, this bird here. Look, we have a bird. This bird is 250 euros. It's not really, but 250 euros. You go, oh, that's very expensive. Yes. Okay, and the next one, remember, everybody in their family has one person. Is this adjective? They're very, they don't change their opinion. They always think they are right. They go on and on and on. Yes, it's stubborn. Okay, and the next adjective, for example, describes someone who is very, very, well, no, okay, let me explain that better. So, for example, somebody who is 2 meters in height. They are very tall. Yes. Okay, and this adjective is the opposite of old. Yes, young. Okay, and this adjective describes somebody who is always doing exercise. So they do exercise, they work a lot, they go out a lot. They are always doing things. Okay, so yes, active. Okay, and the next adjective is the opposite of expensive. Opposite of expensive. Yes, cheap. And the next adjective is when you give your time, or you always give money, or you give attention. You are you give a lot to people. And the adjective is generous. Yes, and the next adjective is I'm going to pop back. This adjective is, for example, bang, 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 bang. Yes, this adjective is wait, hang on. Loud. Okay. And this adjective is I'll come back to you for a second. Okay, this adjective now is, for example, my nephew is this. He can speak 2 languages. He knows a lot of information. He's very good at maths. He's very good at theatre. He's very good at history. So what is this? Yes, let's see. I'm going to disappear so you can see the words. And he is, yes, intelligent. Okay, now the next adjective is the opposite of tall. Okay, yes, short or small. Okay, and this adjective means somebody who eats lots of fruit and vegetables and does exercise. So somebody who eats fruits and vegetables and does exercise. Oh no, sorry, that was not, I missed that one. This adjective quiet is the opposite of loud. Okay, so quiet is the opposite of loud. Okay, the next adjective is the adjective to describe somebody who eats fruit and vegetables and somebody who does exercise as well. Okay, so let's have a look. I will disappear again. And Yes, we have healthy, somebody who is healthy. Okay, and then this last adjective describes somebody who is always, hello, how are you? Oh, it's nice to see you. Like that. So they're always very smiling and ask you questions. Okay, so this one is, yes, friendly. Okay, excellent. So well done. So now I'm going to put the adjectives back on, and I want you to think about or write down the comparative forms. Okay, so write down the comparative forms. It's very important that you pause the video if necessary. You can pause the video and you can write down the comparative forms. Okay, so I will just put that on the screen for you now. Okay, so are you ready? If you're not ready, pause the video here. I am going to plug in my computer because the battery is dying. Okay, so one moment. Ah, yes, I have plugged in my computer. So now, oh, a moment. Okay, yes. Okay, so now I will put the answers on the screen and you can check your answers to the comparative forms. Okay, you ready? And here they are: taller, more intelligent, younger, louder, older, quieter, friendlier, more active, healthier, more stubborn, funnier, taller, cheaper, more expensive, shorter, smaller, more generous. Okay, so well done. Okay, now that was the review of the comparative. Now we are going to look at the superlative. Okay, so here we go. Sorry, here we go. Right, we've got big, bigger, biggest, big. Ooh, a big yellow ball. Ooh, a bigger ball. And ooh, the biggest ball. So the grey ball here is the biggest. It's the biggest, okay? You have three, and this one is the biggest, okay? And the yellow one is the smallest. Okay, these are examples of the superlative form. And the grammar rules of the superlative are very similar to the rules of the comparative. Okay, so you've got small adjectives, long adjectives, adjectives with two syllables that end in Y, like friendly, and you've got adjectives like active that are two syllables that don't end in Y, okay? Ooh, a lot of information. Don't worry, I will put on the screen now the rules. So if you want, you can pause the video and write down the examples here, okay? So here we go. I will put it on the screen. So again, you've got short adjectives with one syllable or two syllables ending in Y, and then you've got long adjectives. So you can see the comparative form and the superlative form. Okay, so now what I am going to do is we're going to look at some comprehension just to check that you understand the meaning. Okay, all right, so just have a look at this. Right, so here we've got a picture of a family. We've got Salima and Daniel, they're married, okay. Victor and Miriam, they're married. And Omar, sorry, oh no, sorry, that's not true. Victor and Sarah are married. Victor and Miriam, no, that would be strange. So Victor and Sarah are married. Okay, and Omar and Miriam are Salima and Daniel's children. Okay, so Omar is the son and Miriam is the daughter. Okay, so now I'm going to put some information about the family on the screen. Okay, so you will have information about the name, age, and the person's height. Okay, so here we go. Boom. So you've got Salima, Daniel, Victor, Omar, Miriam, and Sarah. Okay, so there's the age and there's the height. And you have a sentence here at the bottom. Can you see the sentence at the bottom? And it says, Omar is the oldest. Is that true or false? Yes, of course it's false because Omar is 8. He's only 8. Okay, next one. Omar is the youngest. Is that true or false? Again, yes, it's false because Miriam is the youngest. She's 7 and Omar is 8. Okay, Victor is the tallest in the family. Is that true or false? Yes, it's false because Daniel is taller. He's taller. He's 193 centimeters or 1 meter 93. Okay. Miriam is the youngest. Is this true or false? Yes, of course it's true because she's 7. Okay, Miriam is the tallest. Obviously, no, it's false because she's only 7 and she's a child. Omar is the youngest male in the family. Male means a man or boy. Yes, it's true. He's the youngest male in the family. Okay. Oh, right. So what you can do now, if you're interested, is you can write some more sentences related to this family, or you can write sentences about your family. Who is the tallest? Who's the youngest? Who is the oldest? Who's the most generous? Who's the friendliest? Who's the most intelligent? Okay, so there's some very, very good information there. All right, so you could write those sentences down. It's always a good idea to write true sentences because true sentences go into your memory a bit better. It's true, it's true. Okay, right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some questions on the screen and I want you to write down the superlative form in each question. Okay, so I will put the screen, you can pause, write the answers, and then I'll give you the answers. Okay, so here we go. Here's the screen now. Okay, you can pause the video whilst you write the answers. I am now going to put the answers on the screen. Okay. So, how old was the oldest person in the world? Where was the tallest man in the world born? Who is the richest female pop star in the world? Which is the most populated country in the world? Which is the biggest planet in the solar system? Which is the most popular superhero among kids? And which is the largest active volcano in the world? Okay, very good. So now we have the questions. Now we are going to do the quiz. Okay, so let's see how good your general knowledge is. Okay, all right, so are you ready? Let's begin. Okay, so how old was the oldest person in the world? Now, the oldest person in the world now, no, ever in recorded history, the oldest person. Okay, so, but how old was the oldest person in the world? Were they 102, 122, or 112? And the answer is actually 122. 122 was the oldest recorded confirmed. Well, maybe that information will change, but the day I'm recording, I think if my source is a good source, then it says 122 is the oldest person in the world. Okay, obviously that fact, maybe it will change in time. Okay, next question. Where was the tallest man in the world born? Now, again, I'm talking about in the history of the records, okay? Not now, not the tallest man now, but the tallest man ever. Okay, so was the tallest man born in USA or the UK, United Kingdom, or in Finland, or in France, or in Turkey? Which one do you think? And the answer is in the USA. Yes. And in fact, the tallest person ever recorded, he was from the USA, in an area of the USA called Illinois. And he was, right, this is amazing, he was 2 meters and 72 centimeters tall. That is very, very tall. Okay. Right, so let's go back. Who is the richest female pop star in the world? Okay, so male, no, we're talking female pop star in the world now. Who is the richest female pop star in the world now? Okay, so we've got Madonna, Kylie Minogue, Taylor Swift, or Adele. Which one is it? Do you know? It is actually Taylor Swift. She is the richest female pop star in the world. Okay, and I like Taylor Swift, but I also like Adele and Kylie Minogue and Madonna. For me, they're all good. Okay, now the next question. Which is the most populated country in the world? Is it Mexico, Russia, China, or the USA, in the United States of America? Yes, and I am sure you got this right. The most populated country in the world is, in fact, China. The population is very big. I don't remember, but it's huge. Yes, a lot of people in China. Okay. And now the next question. Which is the biggest planet in the solar system? Jupiter, Earth, the Sun, or Mars? Obviously, we have a trick answer here. The Sun is not a planet. It is, in fact, a star. So the Sun is not possible. The answer is, of course, Jupiter. Jupiter is the biggest planet in the solar system. Okay, and the next question. Which is the most popular superhero among kids? Superman, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man, or Wolverine? Now, this is actually a difficult question to answer. So in order to find the answer to this question, I looked on the internet and I looked at 4 different websites. And I think, maybe I'm wrong, it is possible, but I think the most popular superhero for kids seems to be Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man. Okay, and Wonder Woman, I want to see the film, but I haven't seen it. So I need to go to the cinema quickly. Okay, right, next question. Which is the largest active volcano in the world? Mauna Loa, Mount Etna, or Mount Merapi? And the answer is actually the first one, which is Mauna Loa, which is in Hawaii. It is the biggest active volcano. Big and large. Large is a synonym of big. Okay, so you can say the biggest active volcano or the largest active volcano. And it's in Hawaii. Mount Etna is also a very important active volcano, but it's not the largest. And Mount Merapi is also a very active volcano in Indonesia. Okay, as you can see, I do my research. Okay, right, so that is the end of the quiz. So I'm sure that you are very, very intelligent and that your answers were all correct. So congratulations, well done. Now I am going to just remind you what we have done in today's class. Okay, and here we go. So in today's class, we did a review of the comparative form, a quick review of adjectives, the superlative, we looked at the form, and then we looked at the superlative comprehension activity. Then we focused on the form of the superlative in a table, and then we did general knowledge quiz. Okay, so well done, and remember you can do the quiz at the end of the class or end of the lesson, and there you can do further practice to check your understanding of comparatives and superlatives. Okay, thank you very much for listening, and I will see you in the next lesson. Okay, take care, bye.